was, so I thought I'd come back here and do a part 2. If you guys want to add me on Letterboxd, there's my username up right there in the upper left. And but let's get into it. So this morning, well, I started it last night, but I finished it this morning. It was the American Manhunt, O.J. Simpson, and I had seen many different O.J. documentaries before because it's O.J. Simpson. Like, they've been talking about this since he first got arrested. So they're gonna keep making it because people are gonna continue to watch. And so I gave it a 3.5 out of 5. It was pretty well done with who they brought in to interview. They brought in the defendants. They brought in all the prosecutors. They brought in family members of Nicole Brown Simpson and the boy, the other man that was murdered by O.J. Simpson. Yes, O.J. Simpson did commit the murder, and it was pretty good. I didn't expect the ending. Like, the ending, when something is revealed in the end that really, like, kind of blew me away. Actually, I was like, because I never thought I would hear that. But you have to watch it and you'll see what I'm talking about. I don't want to give out any spoilers for any of these movies. But yeah, it just came out. So I was actually the second reviewer of the TV show, which was pretty cool because every time I watch a movie, I'm always like at the bottom, and so nobody ever sees my stuff. Now, is anyone gonna see my stuff here? I don't know, but yeah. So it was definitely entertaining because my roommate, like, I just had it on, and my roommate stopped what he was doing and watched it. So it definitely locks you in. He was like, I want to see like what happened next and all this stuff because we were talking about how we both knew sort of information about the O.J. Simpson trial and the case and the murder and everything that happened, like the chase, it's the iconic chase. So we were talking about that, and then as they were talking more and more about it, we're like, wow, I can't believe like this happened and this happened. But yes, I highly recommend you check it out. Also, before I move on, I just want to say that in my room I have a banner that says the juice is loose, and it's the photo of O.J. Simpson driving on the 5. So yeah, I just thought that was funny. Like, as I was watching, I kept glancing up at it, and thought that my roommate pointed it out too. But yeah, I thought that was kind of funny. But moving on the 29th of January, I watched Saturday Night, the movie based about the first Saturday Night Live premiere. So I gave it a 3. Probably will watch it again and give it a different score, probably a little bit, maybe a 3.5. I liked it. It was good. Other people thought it was much better than I thought, but I didn't. I thought it was an average movie. It was shot really well. It was. I feel like the actors that they got to play, like these that they got to play, the comedians on SNL, the first one, were pretty good. If you've ever seen the show Gotham, the guy who plays the Riddler, or like he's like he works with the police department and he turned into the Riddler, but the guy that plays him plays Chevy Chase, and I looked up young Chevy Chase, and he looks very, very similar to a young Chevy Chase. So I thought that was pretty cool. They didn't make Chevy Chase like the kind of mean-spirited person that he is. A little bit, you see it a little bit, and but I feel like they got John Belushi. His actor was great. Dan Aykroyd from Coneheads and the Blues Brothers. Him and John Belushi did the Blues Brothers movie, which actually was a Saturday Night Live skit that got turned into a movie. So that was kind of cool. But they have what's his name from? I think it's the Maze Runner. I think he was in the Maze Runner series. He plays Dan Aykroyd, like the Maze Runner guy. He plays Dan Aykroyd, and he looks just like him. So I feel like they did a really good job of vintage store, like a trade store. Like someone had brought it in and they were selling them for only $1, and I was like, $1? Are you kidding me? And Blade Runner is up there in my top 5 favorite movies. It's number 4, number 3. Yeah, I was like, no way. So I got it for only $1, and I've been watching it I watch it so much. Like, I've seen this movie not 10 times, but pretty dang close, like 8 or 9 times. This movie's just amazing, and if you haven't seen it, I definitely like recommend that you go and watch it anytime you get. Ridley Scott, he made Gladiator, Alien, all these great movies. So I definitely recommend you guys check out Blade Runner. Moving on, a movie I watched on, I want to say it was like Amazon Prime, or it might have been, oh no, I watched this one on Roku, like free movies or something like that. It's called I Spit on Your Grave, and it came out in 1978, so I didn't expect it to be that good, but I actually liked it a lot more than I expected it to be. It's about a girl, she's an author, and she goes to this cabin to write a book, and these 4 guys like do awful things like torture and sexually, that kind of stuff. And then they send one of them to go kill her. I don't want to spoil it, but she ends up like getting her revenge on all 4 of the guys. And she does it in some ways that are pretty cool. And now it's 1978. You don't see a lot of it, but it's like the one-liners. Like, she gives one-liners that are funny. I like these kinds of movies. Like, it's definitely a disturbing topic to make a movie about, and it did get a lot of. I read more about it. It got a lot of hate, like when it came out, but or backlash, and but I thought that it was decent. That's why I gave it a 3.5, just because it's awesome. Like, revenge stories, it's awesome. Then I watched on the 24th. I watched another documentary on Netflix called Jerry Springer Fights, Camera, Action. I like that pun that they did there. Yeah, Fights, Camera, Action. Oh my God, it's so that, the work on that set, I would have no hair. Like, it was so stressful, and they had such, like, the people they had to get on the show to make the views. Like, I couldn't have done it. It's just, yeah, it was definitely an interesting, like, documentary, but I would have hated it. I liked the show. Growing up, you stay home from school, you watch Jerry Springer. It's just kind of what we did. Me, my buddy Cameron, and my brother Isaac, like, all in high school, we'd run around and go like, Jerry, like how they do on the TV show, because we thought, like, it was the funniest thing, like, in the world. So, and it still is. It still is funny to me, at least. Although they do talk about that one murder that happened after the show, but it is like that, and that's one of the things I get into, and that's why it's disturbing, because, like, some of the stories that came out were very, very, very wrong, and, like, they were real stories, but they were very, very hard, and they're real, so it's like, you just can't imagine it. So when you see it actually happening, it's not right. But yeah, I gave it a 3-star. It was fine. Documentary, short one, only 2 episodes. It's a mini series, but it's only 2 episodes. So I guess I feel like a mini series wouldn't be 2 1-hour episodes, or not 2 40-minute episodes. They could have made it into just one long documentary. I think that could have been a better approach to it. Moving on, I watched Pink Floyd's The Wall. So, The Wall is one of the albums for one of the upcoming videos of my top 10 albums I consider perfect. The Wall is on there, so I decided to watch the movie for the first time. I'm gonna set this down. It was directed by Roger Waters, who was the bassist, singer, guitarist, for pianists, sort of for Pink Floyd for entire time until he left the band. And he made this movie, The Wall, and The Wall is his album. He did basically 90% of that album, except for some work, from Dave, other band members. He wrote, a lot of the songs and produced it. So then he produced this movie, and he doesn't like it, but I actually quite enjoyed it. I thought it tells a great story about Pink, who's the main character in the album, and the movie pairs well with the album, like so well. And I definitely think, although Roger Waters has his issues away from the recording studio, his albums are great. This movie was great. I highly recommend you guys check it out. Oh yeah, and I'm gonna start tapping on my muscle milk. I got the strawberry, slim and strawberry. I'm not even working out tomorrow. This is just for my breakfast, because I know I need to eat, but I don't want to go out in the morning. So, but yeah, I watched that. So definitely watch that if you're into music. If you're into Pink Floyd, it's let's call it a musical. Why not? It's not, but it kind of is. But then next I watched this movie, You're Cordially Invited. I watched this one at an early screening. Sometimes they'll give out. I'm in my school. I'm in this film society, so they give out tickets to see free screenings in advance. So all I have to do is go down to the movie theater and check it out. And so I did, and I thought it was so funny. Really, Will Ferrell, Reese Witherspoon, they do a great job of making a comedic scene for like a wedding, and it's funny because it's Will Ferrell's family and Reese Witherspoon's family booked the same wedding day at the same place, but they don't know that until they get there. So it's funny, like, to see the conflicting, and it was a really funny movie. Everyone in the theater was laughing, so that's how you know it's good, and it's Will Ferrell, so it's always gonna be funny. But okay, I want to for me now. The next one I watched was Straight Outta Compton. I love this movie a lot. I love 90s hip hop, NWA, and then obviously like they have the whole controversy, Snoop Dogg, you got Dr. Dre, Tupac, Biggie, all those sort of guys that came around, Bone Thugs and Harmony, all those guys that came around, and this movie does a great job of introducing all of those guys. Suge Knight's in it too. Biggie's not in it, but Suge Knight's in it. Yeah, it was great. I can't believe it took me so long to watch it. It came out in 2015. Sorry. My friend was always telling me, I'm gonna drink some water. My friend was always telling me to watch this movie, and I just never did. And I finally did, and I was hooked. I watched the entire thing sitting down. So, yeah, great movie. I definitely recommend it. And I went and saw Nosferatu. I saw Nosferatu in theaters, and I can't lie, I almost fell asleep. That's my fault, because I got up super early that day and went to the gym and absolutely killed myself at the gym. Or not killed myself, destroyed myself in the gym. Please don't cancel me, you do. Yeah, so, but I woke up, I snapped into it, and oh my god, that movie was so good. So good. It's a little strange. It's kind of erotic, but, it's Robert Eggers, so, and it's Nosferatu, and, yeah, it was great. Shot well. Lily Rose Depp, Oscar nominated. Willem Dafoe, I love Willem Dafoe. He just shows up randomly in these movies. He was also in Saturday Night as like a random guy. Not random guy, but like, just, I didn't expect him to be in it. And but yeah, Nosferatu, man, it was amazing. The guy from Kick-Ass, I can't remember his name. Also in Craven, he was in it too. Great. It was really good. Will I watch it again? Probably anytime soon. it could be about. And this time I left it with something different. But I read someone said it was about like Poseidon or something, something about the gods. Maybe that is what it's about. I'm not too sure though. But yeah, Lighthouse, great Robert Pattinson, another Willem Dafoe movie. Great movie, black and white, and that's what I like too. I watched these three movies and it looked really, really cool on my Letterboxd. It was black and white, and black and white. So it was like, okay, like the posters. I was like, that's pretty crisp. That's pretty crisp looking. And I put it on my Instagram story. Nobody really cared, but you know what? Whatever. It's my account. But yeah. So lastly, I watched. Last time we got up to Asia, the last movie I watched was Asia Outline. So I watched The Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift. That was tough. This is not a good movie. I can't. I liked. I can't remember his name. I think I put it in my review. His name, yeah, Han. And yeah, exactly. How do you have such a strong soundtrack but such a terrible movie? The soundtrack for this movie is fantastic. It's one of the best soundtracks I've heard. I listened to it like on repeat that week when I watched it, because like the song is 6 Days, and then there's obviously the Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift song, like the Fast and Furious. So great soundtrack, terrible acting besides Han, terrible movie. They should just stuck to. I mean, I did research about it, and it's because Vin Diesel was working on Riddick, and Paul Walker just got written off in the movie or something like that. But I'm glad they went back. Now I need to watch Fast and Furious 4. Then I've seen all the Fast and Furious movies besides the last couple, which I just really don't want to see because they don't look that good to me. But maybe who knows? Maybe I'll check it out. That's what I thought about a lot of movies that I've seen, and I was like, oh my god, that was really good. So maybe I'll check it out. Hopefully, maybe I will. But yeah, that's gonna end it here for this video. Probably won't have a video out tomorrow unless I do one in the morning. I'm pretty busy tomorrow. I got a basketball game I